Hello everybody, this is the Bulldozer, and thank you for giving your time, and thank you for watching another one of my videos. You're taking a look at the brand new Frostwing glider, and we will actually get into that in just a second. But what we're going to talk about first is the cube. The cube has now made its way to Loot Lake, and not only did it make its way to Loot Lake, it has fallen into the lake, and there's been some major changes take place in Loot Lake now that everybody is going to be happy with. And especially if you have not done the cart slash the grocery cart or the golf cart challenge, that is, it is going to be super easy for you to do that now. As you can see here, it rolled into the lake and is absolutely disappearing before your eyes. And this is just insane, folks. Literally insane. People was not expecting this, and they was thinking maybe, you know, it might roll across the lake and go into the middle of the lake. They was not expecting it to disappear into the lake. And what's going to take place next, you really wasn't expecting. That just totally has changed Loot Lake, which what I'm calling now Cube Lake, because the effects of the cube have now taken over the lake. And you can see I'm real close to where it's going in the water. I didn't want to get too close because I figured, you know, if I get too close, it's just going to bounce me away, and I didn't want to do that. And you'll actually see the gameplay clip coming up here in a second. Now you see it's totally gone. The lake is back to its normal state. Then take a look at that. It just shoots up, and now we have a huge bouncing pad. The entire Loot Lake is a bouncing pad. Now here is the clip again, and this is, you know, the game footage of this, and you'll see how I get a little closer and everything here, and it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. But what does this mean? Is this playing into season 6? What are we in store for? Because folks, this is not the end of this cube event. This is only the beginning, because you remember there are a bunch of spots that the cube left its mark, and none of those have changed yet. So, you know, we got what, 4 or 5 days left in the season now. Could there still be a major event coming very soon? And we was given a warning about this. It just happened. I'm going to be showing you a total of 3 different clips here. This is the second one, and then I'm going to show you an overhead clip so you can see exactly how it just spread it out. And there for a second, it kind of looked like the Rift-to-Go globe. It really did, and I was kind of wondering, you know, maybe once you hit the Loot Lake, you're just going to, you know, be transported, tossed back up in the air, but that was not the case. So again, you can see here, this is the gameplay footage, and I'm literally just bouncing all over. You've got a little bit of control, not much, but you'll see when I go back in here, because I finished off the Ragnarok stage 5, so he's totally done now. I have every challenge done in the game, and not too bad for it being my first time playing Fortnite. Doing a little building. Really haven't got the building thing down yet. I hope to mainly focus on that in season 6. But here we have the overhead look, and this is probably the best shot, because you can literally see how when it falls in to the lake, how it just spreads out over the entire lake. And you'll see what I mean here in a minute, where I said it kind of had the Rift-to-Go look to it. I mean, as you see it spreading out there, you can already tell it almost looks just like the Rift-to-Go. If you was to stop it right there, it looks just like the Rift-to-Go globe. And it's just, just spreading out like, you know, somebody putting dye in a water, making its way all the way across the lake, completely overtaking the lake and changing the lake as we know it. A lot of people was thinking that the lake was going to turn into lava. Well, it's got an effect, but it's definitely not lava. And the good thing is you can really get from one side to the lake to the other without taking hardly any time at all. But remember, if you're bouncing and you got very little control, you are going to be an easy target. Now watch right here. Pow. It's locked in. It's set. Now the one thing, looking at this overhead picture, I'm kind of wondering if you notice how some of this is got a smoke screen over it, like right there in between the house and the two factories, or whatever you want to call those two buildings there by the dock. But everything else on the outside, it doesn't. So is there still something that's going to take place there? Because right at the end of that one dock, you can see where it went in. You can see the smoke trail is still trailing there, almost like a little tornado. But really, what else could we have? Is there something else that's going to pop out of this lake that's going to activate all the spots where the cube has left its mark? We will have to wait and see, because the devs of this game are not giving us any information whatsoever, which from what I've heard is very strange. Now we're going to move from this and we're going to fly over using this new Frostwing glider. Man, this thing just absolutely sick. Just take a look at this. And with the Ragnarok skin, I mean, these two are just, it's got to be the best thing in Fortnite right now. It has to be. It's definitely by far the best glider that's out there. It's not just my opinion. A lot of other people are saying the same thing, because this thing, look at, it's just shooting out that blue fire, ice fire, whatever you want to look at it. There's a look at the lake as you're flying into it. And we're going to go down and we're going to hop on this golf cart. And here's the challenge. The challenge is actually from week 9. You see, you have to get trick points in a shopping cart or ATK cart, golf cart, and 150,000 of them. And as you're going to see, it is not hard to do at all. So we're going to continue flying down, but I kind of take my time because I want to show off, you know, the blue flame that this dragon is shooting out, and the detail in this thing is just absolutely crazy, folks. Absolutely crazy. And apparently we're supposed to be getting a set of wings. Now, I have not logged into Fortnite today, but they could already be on there. But you know, there's supposed to be a set of wings that's going to be available. Maybe, you know, first they offered the glider, then they're gonna offer the wings, which you're gonna have to get the wings, especially if you have the Ragnarok unlocked. It's gonna be a must. Now I left everything on the screen here again, so you can see the points and everything. You see, the very first thing I did is 84,000 points. You know, over halfway of that challenge. And again, you've got a little bit of control, not a whole lot. You're going to see one portion of this video, I actually end up landing up here by the house. And what I do is I take and I build a ramp. Right here, you know, when you get underneath this tree here in a second, it's almost like bumper cars. Because I'm just like bouncing off the ground, bouncing off the tree, bouncing off the ground, bouncing off the tree. Yeah, so you can see it's going to be extremely easy to complete this challenge. Not like it was hard before, but it's just a lot easier now. I think right here's where I play. Yeah, watch this here. This is hilarious. So I bounce off the ground right back up into the tree. I cannot get out from underneath this tree. I am like stuck underneath this tree. It's like bumper pull. Okay, so now I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna actually chop this tree down here. I'm going to take and build a ramp. And I'm not going to go all the way up, but I'm going to go pretty high up, and I'm going to put a platform up here. That's going to make it easy to, drive off this and being level, not going up at an angle and driving off. We'll do that later. Okay, I think that one more should do it. Now we're just going to build the platform here. Making my mind up if I want to add another row, but I think that's going to be enough right there. I took the rest of those trees out. So now we got a nice clear opening. Let's get in this cart and drive up. We're going to do this twice. The first time we're just going to go all the way to the top and go off the flat surface, little platform up there. Now you can build to max height and jump off, and you will not die, folks. You will not die. I don't show you that in this here, but trust me, you will not die. Only 59,000 points, which was kind of low. I got 80 some odd thousand points the very first thing I did. I think right here's why I land up here by the house. So now we're going to take and go back to the ramp again. And now we're going to go up the ramp again. What we're going to do is, almost when we get to the top, I want to drive off the side of the platform just to see what happens. Here we go, making the turn. So I want to get into a spin motion, as you can see there. And you see, it said I bailed, but I didn't. I think the cart just blew up, which was kind of strange. Because you can, jump off from max height and not die. I wouldn't think the cart would break up or anything, but it did. So at least we know that if you take the cart off the wrong angle, it will destroy. Now let's take a look at this Frostwing Dragon glider. And I think this is just really cool. It's why I'm throwing it in here. I got this in slow motion. Just look how this thing comes out. I mean, and the detail is just absolutely crazy on this dragon. Even to the point where this is something that most people don't see unless you go into the theater mode, or replays, whatever you want to call it, where you can watch this. You're not going to see this. And, that thing just looks wicked as hell. You're going to see that thing coming at you, and you might drop a load in your pants because it just looks that wicked. And I'm kind of showing the stages as it opens up and everything. You can see the handles drop down for the Ragnarok to grab a hold of. You can see he's got his hands reached out now. And like I said, I'm throwing this clip in here because a lot of people probably won't show this. So if you ever wonder on, what are the, what happens when you go to get your glider, you can see it right here. that it would be sick to have a miniature statue of that. That's an ideal Fortnite. Once you put out a miniature statue of this glider with Ragnarok, I mean, and there's actually, you know, talks of there being a female version of the Ragnarok, but you know, it's been found in the files, but it has not been released yet. So maybe that will come out with the wings. It'll be a combo package. The female version of the Ragnarok, I would think it's probably going to be a legendary, which is going to be 2,000 V-Bucks. And then the wings is probably going to be another 1,500 V-Bucks. And this was a great day for me. You know, I got to experience the cube going into Loot Lake. Did not get to watch it start, but Tabor Hill has a very nice video that I will put the link to in the description showing the cube actually starting. And then I finish off the Ragnarok, get to stage 5 on that, so it gives me everything done except for the next couple daily challenges that will come up. And I get this Frostwing glider to go along with my Ragnarok. It's just insane. That makes for an excellent Fortnite day. And I've said it time and time again, this game is so fun, you don't have to win to have fun. So I play a lot of the Soaring 50s stuff, and that's the game I usually play. I play the solo and the regular squads when there's challenges for it, but I like the 50 versus 50. Really, because I'm not really used to building or anything yet, which again, like I said earlier in this video, again, I will be changing that in Season 6, and hope to look for my first solo win in Season 6. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me your time. This is the Bulldozer. Get your killing on, and I'm out of here.